Greetings to everyone at 8X. My name is Ethan Daniels, and a colleague of mine, Dr. Geoff Cook, and I recently completed a book project that is currently being launched by Asian Geographic. The book is called Coral Triangle Seascapes, and it is the culmination of several years of photography throughout the region. The book also explores some of the conceptual mysteries about why the Coral Triangle is such a unique part of the world. As many of you know, the Coral Triangle houses more marine diversity and likely more genetic diversity than anywhere else on planet Earth. Its thousands of islands, which include the southern Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, East Timor, New Guinea, and the Solomon Islands, support a massive number of marine habitats, including various reef types, mangroves, seagrass beds, and marine lakes. In turn, these habitats support an unknown number of fish and invertebrate species. Geoff and I have been diving and exploring the Western Pacific for almost 2 decades, and both of us have academic backgrounds in biology and are fascinated by marine biodiversity, evolution, adaptation, speciation, biogeography, as well as conservation and resource management. A few years ago, the seed was planted in our heads that the Coral Triangle region goes largely unheralded outside of the dive industry. We wanted to put together a humble yet insightful introduction to the Coral Triangle in a way that was visually stimulating, informative, and brought to mind how little is actually known about the way this beautiful and incredibly important piece of the planet works as an integrated system. With these thoughts in mind, Coral Triangle Seascapes was born. We truly hope that you take the time to enjoy this book, as it represents a unique product of an area that is endlessly changing and engaging. We would also like to thank everyone at Scuba Diver Australasia, Asian Geographic, and Asian Diver who have been incredibly helpful in putting this entire project together. Without them, the seed from which this project began would never have germinated, grown, and matured into its complete form.
Straddling the warm, equatorial waters at the confluence of the tropical Western Pacific and East Indian Oceans, the Coral Triangle encapsulates approximately 6 million square kilometers of ocean and coastal waters. Currently, the Coral Triangle extends in a northeastward direction from western Indonesia through eastern Malaysia and into the Philippines. Its eastern border extends into Solomon Islands, turning westward across the southern reaches of Papua New Guinea and East Timor. As such, these 6 nations comprise the primary political stakeholders in the region. While most definitions of the Coral Triangle do not include the Republic of Palau, the westernmost island group in Micronesia, it is an archipelago worth mentioning herein due to faunal affinities, geographic and oceanographic ties, as well as high levels of associated habitat and species diversity. Covering roughly 1.6% of Earth's oceans, the Coral Triangle contains 53% of the world's coral reefs. To date, it is inhabited by 605 zooxanthellate corals, including 15 regional endemics and an estimated 3,000 species of reef fish. This equates to 76% and 37% of the world's zooxanthellate coral and reef fish species, respectively. In addition, the Coral Triangle contains the greatest extent of mangrove forest on the planet, spawning in juvenile growth areas for the world's largest tuna fishery, 6 of the 7 species of marine turtles, half of all known seagrass and marine mollusk species, and more than 22 species of marine mammals. Unquestionably, the Coral Triangle's biological affluence is of enormous ecological and evolutionary significance. As a result, it is truly difficult, if not impossible, to adequately prepare anyone for their initial contact with the marine communities of this region. To see, truly, is to believe. The great complexity and diversity that blossom within the Coral Triangle offer mesmerizing aggregations of life and seductive challenges to divers, conservationists, fishermen, researchers, and those who rely on the region's resources. This is indisputably one of Earth's most unique and important areas and transcends description by mere lists of species and ecosystem functions. Once outside the largest centers of human populations, such as Manila or Jakarta, travelers within the Coral Triangle are quick to experience the inevitable perception of remote isolation. Despite over 360 million people living within its margins, these desolate feelings are due to the enormous amount of open ocean and the infinite mysteries that abound below the waterline. The Coral Triangle is a place where a great number of marine species are obvious, but the most elaborate natural wonders are revealed only when considerable patience and study are applied. Given the profound lack of knowledge and understanding about the true composition and ecology of the sea's floral and faunal communities, any attempt to portray even the most general processes within the Coral Triangle must inherently involve some degree of speculation. Forgive this, as the purpose of this work is not merely to set down a compendium of facts about the inner workings of shallow water habitats, but also to pique the reader's curiosity about how such a complex region might have developed over geological time, about the services provided by the Coral Triangle, about its global significance, and about what will likely happen to the health and existence of millions of organisms, including humans, if it were to be destroyed. It gives us great pleasure to share with you a few of the mysteries and delights that we have discovered while immersed in the marine habitats of the Coral Triangle. My name is Geoff Cook. I am a co-author of Coral Triangle Seascapes. On behalf of myself and Ethan Daniels, thank you for your interest. We hope you find Coral Triangle Seascapes a useful and entertaining guide for navigating the web of biological complexity that makes the Coral Triangle so remarkable, and are inspired to explore and, more importantly, protect this amazing marine region.